Good afternoon or morning or wherever you may be. Today is going to be a great day because we are here with Corey and Jared with our soon-to-be third podcast of this new upcoming. So today is going to be great. Why, you ask?
Freestyle Friday.
It is.
Freestyle Friday day.
And why is that?
We're going to bring you guys a bunch of news and noise and things that have been happening in the league. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard some of the rumors or some of the things that have actually happened.
Let's get it.
It's time to get rolling. Time to break it down for you guys.
Let's get it. I'm gonna go ahead and look at
what all these transactions mean for you guys and, fantasy impact.
Very. Today has been something else. We've been throughout the day today. We've been actually texting each other back and forth about what's been going on throughout the day. So obviously, since this might go up not right away, you guys probably already heard the news, but we'll
give you the breakdown.
I'm about to break it down
for you big time.
So welcome to Average Joe's podcast on a Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday.
Freestyle Friday day.
Yeah.
Y'all ready for some excitement?
Now we're going to give you some banter back and forth and see how we all think about these different situations. Good, bad, and different.
The best part about this, y'all, is that it's a legit freestyle because, we've went back and forth on the things that have happened, but we have not given our true opinion on it yet. We've been saving it.
We don't have the information stations all set up, so that's
ready?
why it's Freestyle Friday.
Noggin is on full effect, baby. So let's kick it off with the trade that the Buffalo Bills did to the Los Angeles Rams.
The non-three-way trade.
It's goodness. They so let me get you all the information, basically like the draft picks. So technically, okay, I'm cheating on a freestyle. We got I know they gave up.
You got pre-written bars and some freestyles.
Okay, sometimes you have to, sometimes you have to. They acquired E.J. Gaines corner from the Rams. And we'll get to why that wasn't the greatest of accusations because of another trade that had happened. But they also got a 2018 second round pick.
Second round pick can be.
It could be lovely.
Yeah,
that could turn into a star player.
That's a positive for a team if you choose that selection in a good spot. So, and if the Rams suck, well,
when the Rams suck. No, just kidding.
Right. Sorry to all you Rams fans out there.
Hey man, we're just keeping it 100 like Ben Franklin.
You're sucking for the now to get better for the future.
Exactly.
So. Exactly.
Hey.
Here's with that information though.
Oh. I just believe. I mean, that's all the information on that trade. We'll get to the second trade in a little bit, but my true opinion on this one is I believe that it's going to open up a decent amount for Jared Goff, but it'll do more positive for Todd Gurley in the fantasy aspect. I believe it's going to diminish Sammy Watkins' fantasy value. He went from Tyrod Taylor, who is some people don't believe it, but I think he's a proven quarterback.
Starting level quarterback.
Yeah. Jared Goff,
but again,
it was his rookie year,
and the weapon has increased. If Sammy Watkins does stay healthy,
oh gosh, yes,
he is a better weapon than just having Taylor Austin run gadget routes.
Yeah, a little 5'9" dude.
Let's just say this: Jared Goff, to your Rams fans, he is better than Mike Glennon right now.
Mm-hmm.
What was Mike Glennon's rating last night for QB rating? 0.0. His first throw was a pick 6.
But it was not necessarily his fault.
Again, the receivers ran really poor routes. When you watch the play,
it's like two slants catching in the middle. But that was his vision that kind of made it.
He should have looked down the receiver on the underneath was open. So.
Or just throw it away. Get out of the pocket, get off the hash, and toss it out.
Yeah.
Save yourself 7 points and a turnover.
Right. Let's bring it back.
Sorry, I just had to bring that up because
Hey, that's
a
fine.
lot of people would be agreeing with me on that one, so I had to say it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. Some people, if they're Rams fans, they want to. I'm not Rams fans. Bears fans, they won't agree on that part. But back onto the lovely trades. I really do like it though. Not for the Bills, because I do feel bad for Tyrod because I believe that he was going to have a breakout year.
Well, it is his contract year, so
Exactly.
and putting new pieces around him and everything like that kind of throw the curveball at him. Now it's like he's not used to Jordan Matthews, and Zay Jones is still really young. So,
Like he said on the first podcast, y'all remember he did
I
say
love-
Zay Jones.
yes,
Yeah.
Zay Jones. This
Sammy
is the
Watkins gets
opportunity.
traded.
But for Tyrod Taylor's sake, Zay Jones is still young and still prone to make mistakes. Although he is a good talent, he's still learning the system. So, but on the other hand, I think Jordan Matthews is perfect for
He is
over
very-
there because they need someone who can be a good just possession receiver, guy coming in the slot, getting the catches, doing the dink and dunks, a guy like that to open it up for
Now-
Zay Jones.
Zay Jones.
Now is Jordan Matthews again going to be the number one wide receiver for that team? Because he currently was with the
For
Eagles,
now.
right?
Well, I usually don't see slot guys as number one, but that's just my opinion. But for now, he'll probably will because he is the more experienced NFL player.
Right.
But the number one receiver for that team will probably be Zay Jones.
Give it 6 games.
Yep.
Trust me, guys. Jared knows what he's talking about, and Zay Jones. I mean, before we even started this podcast, he was
High on him.
And they were willing to get rid of Sammy, their first round pick, and they
Sammy's-
have high trust in Zay. So
Still to this day, I've known Jared for many years now, and still to this day, I still get shocked on the things that he says and the knowledges that he has. But Zay Jones, guys, I mean, pick him up. Pick him up for this year.
Oh, and that also backs up the earlier point,
Yes.
though, of LaShawn McCoy, how they said they wanted to have him the possible leading receiver on that team. Well, if they're willing to get rid of Sammy, who would have been a huge part of that target share, well, that could be LaShawn McCoy going downfield on the sidelines or some seam routes, things like that. So, screen passes and all those
Scary.
things. So,
That's scary. That's scary.
No, we get that's a dual threat of both types of fantasy leagues that we talk about. PPR and standard, but PPR, LaShawn McCoy, baby.
he's healthy all year.
Woo! Cash flow.
He had 13 touchdowns last year.
Dude.
So,
He's ridiculous. He has the talent.
you know,
Uh,
and if he's getting more catches out of the backfield, maybe they'll line him up as a receiver. Who knows?
I can see
Right.
it. He's got the wheels for it. He's
does.
got the route running skills as a running back to be able to do
So,
it.
in my mind, to go back to the Bills' point, a lot of people are saying it's not a plus. At the end, I say it's going to be a plus because now you have two good, talented people. As far as receivers go, it gives LaShawn McCoy a better option. Obviously, they put very good confidence in him and his health right now. And then I think Tyrod Taylor, with the amount of time he has left in the preseason and before regular season starts, to get this all figured out.
Right.
He's obviously already been working with Zay. He's just fitting in Jordan. Jordan's going to be doing dink and dunks. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
A bailout guy for Tyrod. So
Bail out. He called that bail bond, and they brought him Jordan Matthews,
Jordan
baby.
Matthews, bail bondsman.
Hey, the true thing on this is, it's like anything bad in your life, like things that go wrong in your life, but then you get rid of it, and it's good for somebody else, but it wasn't good for you. It's just like Sammy Watkins, because his first year, phenomenal. Then he starts to get injury prone, and it's consistent years of injury. So it kind of gives like that negative effect on the team, so it kind of brings them down, and now I feel like they cut off that, per se, cancer, and now they brought in somebody who can do similar things, but is proven to be durable. So it's going to be a more positive thing for the Bills in that aspect.
One less thing they have to worry about is the injury. Is it when's it going to come back? When's it going to come back? Is it going to flare up?
Especially a foot injury.
Yep.
Those things, like, you're always on your feet in the NFL.
Always.
You ain't running routes in handstands.
No.
That'd be pretty cool to watch.
Catching it with your feet, scoop. That'd be a nice receiver to have, man.
So what does this mean for Philly, though?
For Philly, it opens
With
up.
Alshon, and then with Nelson Aguilar,
Oh.
do you think the faith is there in Nelson now? Because they're talking about how they have faith in him becoming the possession guy that Jordan Matthews was. So, do we think he's going to actually be a productive member of that Philly society, or is he going to do the same dud stuff he's been doing the last 2 years?
I mean, it gives him to open up the possibility to be better, but it also depends on Carson Wentz.
Which I believe Carson Wentz will have a big step up in his.
Now I've been listening to Colin Cowherd the last couple days, and he believes that the Eagles are going to win that division, hands down.
With Ezekiel Elliott.
Well,
But we'll get to that later.
No.
Oh, sorry for the interruption.
He thinks that the Eagles are going to win the division with Carson Wentz becoming a sophomore now, so he's going to be able to.
Well, and Carson looked awesome in his preseason debut. 4 for 4, 56 yards, low,
Right.
but the touchdown was there, and he looked good escaping in the pocket. That was key. I mean, Clay Matthews on that blitz came through. He's just strikes. Kept his eyes downfield. You can see him chopping his feet. So I think that it's going to be an excellent opportunity for Philly now, and his confidence looks like it was through the roof. I mean, it was wild. So, no, for Nelson, if he gets his routes corrected and runs the right routes,
Right.
and then with Alshon, if he stays healthy, I think it's a good year for Philly, for Carson. I mean, and the Eagles as a whole, because their defense always middle of the pack. You know, they'll hold their own, but you need an offense to excel in that case.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
I've just always seen Nelson Aguilar as kind of like a Darius Hayward Bay.
That's what I see. Because when you watch him go downfield,
Yeah.
is he gonna have it or is it gonna go
Oh,
for him? Like, you
God.
just kind of wait for it. So
I mean, he did have flashes last
Troy
year.
Williamson.
Troy Williamson, don't remind me. Oh man, dropping bombs to him. Whoa! Where'd it go?
I'm the helmet.
That's not how you play football. This isn't soccer, baby.
Right?
Oh, dude.
No, that's good. No, I'm excited to see what comes out of that though, out of this trade. So
It's gonna be a shocker to the fantasy
Yeah,
world.
fantasy
Nobody
impact.
knows what's gonna happen.
I think PPR you're pretty safe with both Jordan Matthews and
Sammy.
but in standard it might be a different game. So just watch their draft values, see where they go, see where their ADPs rise and fall, and make your decisions. So
It's gonna be a steal if anything, because a lot of the times people aren't gonna. They're gonna see that he just got traded to the Rams. Oh man, he's not gonna do anything. Pardon the ring. I apologize, y'all. But they're gonna see. Okay, Jared Goff's the one throwing to Sammy Watkins, but you gotta realize, who did Jared Goff have to throw to last year?
right,
Other
Kenny
than
Britt was the
Tavon
leading
and
receiver.
Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt is decent, but he's not a number one.
Yeah.
He is not a number one receiver.
nowhere
I would
his
put
whole
him
career.
as my third receiver. Not in the slot, but I'd say behind my number 2
Mm-hmm.
in the depth chart area. But,
Flex position.
yeah. And it's, I don't know. I just see good things happening with that just because.
I can't wait to see, and I want Goff to do well. I don't want that pressure on him. I want to see the new era of quarterbacks excel in life. You know, the Goffs, the Wentz, even Jameis and Marcus. I just want to see them do well in the NFL. You know, I want that new wave of elite quarterbacks to come from them and start there. So
I want to see all these players.
and I believe that's what these trades they're trying to do. That they're trying to benefit their future, which is their quarterbacks.
Right.
So
Exactly. That's not the only thing that was impacted today, though. It was the defense, a specific defense. Oh man, I can't believe they gave this guy up. The Bills gave up Ronald Darby.
Even under Rex Ryan excelled in that defense.
Yeah, like what? He's a Pro Bowl corner, and the Eagles just got so much better on defense. I believe they're worth drafting now. I mean, don't go above and beyond and draft them in like the 5th round. Just be like, oh, let me get a defense now.
Well, said the Eagles have great defense?
Yeah. Don't be wasting your number 1 pick on them. That's for the David Johnsons and Le'Veon Bells and Antonio Bryants. Antonio Brown.
Davis and Antonio.
Yeah, I mixed them both together, baby. Oh man, but
the Bills fans now are wants to say sorry about
Shady
it.
was very outspoken about it. He was iffy about the Sammy Watkins part of it. He's like, we're different guys, and he was getting a little closer to Sammy, and like he understands the situation being traded.
He was getting healthy finally.
Yeah.
He looked good against my Vikings. I know it was 2 possessions, but he looked phenomenal. He was running good routes, clean routes. He didn't look like he was stiff. He looked.
It's a business.
He looked
At the end of the
smooth.
day.
It is a business.
They're like, oh, he's finally doing something good. Let's trade him. Hold on. What was that picture that you saw earlier? Before the trade even happened.
Oh, of Jordan Matthews and one of the defensive linemen, and the quote was, "No one's safe." That was the quote on the picture on the Instagram, on the Philly Instagram.
Wow.
So
Before
they kind of, I don't want to say foresaw this happening,
Wow.
It's
Right.
pretty coincidental. Hold on. We got something a brewing, baby.
Oh, and that was just yesterday, right the day before the trade. So
That's insane because I remember this morning I texted you about the trade. I mean, I was shocked.
honestly, I got 4 notifications. One from ESPN, I got one from Yahoo, I got one from Fantasy Pros.
What happened, man?
Shoot.
Bling, 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 bling.
That's pretty crazy. They
NFL.com. I was like, oh.
I was like, gosh, I was worried that something happened with my team. I was like, oh
And I got the
no.
following notification bringing up the suspension coming from your man, or the man.
That
Zeke.
man is Zeke Elliott with a 6-game suspension.
Things are looking bleak.
He
for
plans.
Zeke.
I like it right there, my good sir. They say he has 3 days to appeal it, and he's most likely going to. But they said it's highly unlikely that they reverse it, based on the mess ups that Roger Goodell has done. I believe it's fair. You should not be rewarded so early in your career for making so many mishaps. And I believe it's because how early it is in his career and how many mishaps he's already had is the reason why he
history
has
of
such a
poor
harsh.
off the field interactions and
Exactly.
actions. So, I
Well,
mean,
I've heard on the radios today that they're saying that when he appeals the suspension, it could increase, or it can only decrease about 1 or 2 games. So of course we live here in Arizona.
1 or 2 games
but-
could be now second round or picking them up later in the 4th or 5th round, though.
Yeah.
So that changes your investment.
If you
Right.
want to make an
And
investment,
if you're going to do that, you got to watch for Run DMC, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to have to pick him up as the temporary man, or else you're going to be missing out on those 4 games of him running behind that not as good but still very good offensive line. He did
Correct.
play well
Correct.
behind them before, so
he's a phenomenal talent.
yeah,
But-
he's good replacement. That's perfect.
Do you think anybody that does domestic violence at all should be
No.
suspended for a whole
Oh
year?
yeah, I believe they should. Yeah,
Like Ray Rice?
you punch a woman, you hit a woman, you should not be able to play. But
What was it, Josh Brown?
Josh Brown punched and
The kicker.
beat his wife and
Yeah.
openly admitted he got suspended a game, yes, but no team wants to sign him, and that's the true punishment right there.
Right. Your career and your legacy.
Exactly.
But kind of switching up before we even started the podcast, we talked about how Martavis Bryant got suspended a whole year for smoking,
For smoking weed. What does that
weed.
mean?
And then Ezekiel only gets 6 games for hitting a
Pulling a woman's chest area out,
Right.
getting into a fight altercation at a club. I also saw something about like a drunk, like I don't know, a drunk dispute that he had. That one I don't know if that's a true rumor. It's not a credible source, so don't quote me on that. But he also had the altercation of the domestic violence, and they say that he was, quote, found innocent, but that's because the woman kind of backed out.
Yep.
And you can only tell, okay, why would she fight that hard before he even became famous, and then once he gets the money, I don't know where she's quiet. I mean, I'm not making any assumptions here, but I'm just saying.
Or assumptions, but
the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. And they're eating a lot of pudding.
Yeah, there's a lot of pudding.
Is it chocolate or vanilla?
It's a mixture of both, baby.
Swirl?
The best kind.
That one's pretty good.
Cookies and cream. Oh, let's go, baby. We have the right mindset. Let's go.
There you go.
Oreos. Sponsored by Average Joe's Fantasy Podcast.
We're looking at you, Snapchat.
We won't even don't. We got coffee, Oreos and coffee, baby. That's brain food. No, I am good. But I will gladly let you take away that Michigan cup from me, because it's ugh. Yeah. But back onto the subject at hand. I apologize there, Jared. Go Gophers. But in all seriousness,
UCLA Bruins.
The fantasy impact of that. Okay, UCLA, get out.
I never even heard of them.
Sorry, y'all, but Scott is permanently banned from the podcast for quoting UCLA. I don't see LA. I don't see LA at all.
I don't see LA. I don't see the Rams.
I
don't see the Chargers either.
Well, I don't care for either of those.
I see Melvin Gordon going off again.
I'd love to see that.
Hey, same here, man. It was nice to see that. It was a beautiful thing. Because he had 2 bad years. It was like, then his mom called him out. His mom called him out last year before she said, I won't buy your jersey until you score touchdowns. And then he just went off.
Well, you got mama right.
Mom's like, he's like, all right, mom, dang.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, for real? Oh, man. I was watching this little documentary, and he was talking about how he brought her to the San Diego Chargers. At the time they were San Diego, the team store, and he was trying to get her to buy his jersey, and she was putting on, I think, Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates, and she's like, no, I'm not going to buy your jersey until you start scoring.
Why would she have to buy it, though? Wouldn't he just be like,
no, I mean, he was going to buy her jersey,
for her,
but she didn't want his jersey until he started to prove himself, which I love that, because that's tough love. And you're supposed to be a parent, not a best friend. And a real parent, if my child wasn't doing good, I would let him know, not like in a terrible way.
Like no participation trophies here.
Yeah, there ain't no participation trophies. You don't get a participation trophy in fantasy, and if you do, you're in the wrong league.
Right, you don't get an I tried ribbon, you know what I'm saying?
I try all the time, but
you ain't gonna be. Everyone tries. There's 7 billion people in this world. I guarantee you, more than half of them try at what they do, and a lot don't succeed. But it's the ones that consistently try through all the failures. Just like your fantasy drafts, just like your fantasy seasons, your waiver wires, all that.
Never give up on your season.
Exactly. Or yourself.
The waiver wire and the free agency are your best friend. You can change your whole team around and your whole season around from there. Your draft is just your outline. So.
Oh yeah.
Which you can keep, but not everybody keeps their whole lineup. So
a lot of people have good lineups. They just don't know how to set them right. They don't know how to do matchups, and that's a big key. Is matchups.
In case of major injuries to your lineup, then that's where the free agency, the waiver wire, that happens. All of a sudden, you got your first 4 rounds. All 4 of those guys are down. What are you gonna do?
Oh, the worst part is in the middle of the week. Once the lineups are locked in. In the middle of the game, you just need like 5 points, and that one person you have in gets like 2, and then out of nowhere, sprained ankle, out for the game.
And come Monday night, man, that's what it is.
And you're like,
yep, that's true.
Hey, utilize your kickers, y'all. Utilize the kickers.
Kickers can make that difference. I won the game because of Justin Tucker. Probably 17 fantasy.
He got 17 points. Like when they hit a field goal past 50 yards, that's 5 points. Always remember.
And JT don't miss.
Oh, he don't. Just like Stephen Hauschka don't miss. Just like who else was that I had seen?
Hauschka, McMahon. Oh, Matt Bryant. He's nasty.
He's good.
He's old.
Minatary, your guy.
Minatary's always making everything.
My guy's Justin Tucker, but Justin Tucker had me for that one season though.
Yeah.
I know Justin Tucker's your guy. Gosh, dude.
That Ravens. That Ravens.
Justin Tucker's so good.
Ravens.
And one kicker I can tell you all about. he's very accurate. He
And
doesn't.
yes, we are talking kickers right now.
I know.
Freestyle Friday.
Hey, that's how you know it's a freestyle. You got some kicker knowledge, baby.
That's true.
There's Phil Dawson with the Cardinals right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one. And he may be 40 something years. I think he's 42.
All the
still
good
got a
kickers in
leg.
their 40s.
Yeah.
Vinatieri, Dawson.
Yep. And the Vikings kicker Kai Forbath. He's not the biggest leg, but he has such great accuracy.
Dan Bailey.
No, Dan Bailey. Yes.
Dan Bailey.
Oh. These are
The
kickers.
most
for y'all.
accurate kicker right now.
Oh yeah.
The most accurate.
That's what I was thinking of too.
And
'cause,
guess who follows up though?
Oh,
Justin
Tucker, and then Hauschka. It goes Dan Bailey, Tucker, Hauschka. I saw that during the Vikings game when they played the Bills yesterday, which I did not know Hauschka was on the Bills. I totally forgot about that. How did I not know this?
Because Blair Walsh went over
Yeah,
to
went to the Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Oh, God. Hey, that
So
might be a revival.
I think he did it on purpose to get him back, so they're going to get to the NFC Championship.
And
he's going to shake it.
We're about to get, if we win it, we're going to
That's
give
what
him
we're
a
on
ring.
Vikings. And they're gonna shake it. They sent him over on purpose.
I'm gonna be salty if he makes it against us. It's like the NFC Championship game, like a 55-yarder. You just
Well, you
drained
guys
it.
turn your back on it real fast.
Well, okay, he missed after that game. Like he was perfect before that game. Not literally, but like he made.
He should have lifted them up. You know, bring them back.
The fan
Don't
base
fucking just eat them up.
we ate him like our last meal, bro. Like we did not forgive him because it was the freaking easiest field goal you could make with like 30 seconds left. We were going to go to the next round. Teddy brought us down the field like he always does. And then Blair Walsh is like, hold on. The post is that way? Okay, I'll kick it over there. It's like, no, man, what are you doing? But
That was a tough day to watch.
oh, I cried a little bit, and I was watching it with a friend of mine who is a Seahawks fan, and even he was like, we should have lost that game.
Yeah.
Luckily, they got beat by the Panthers by a lot, and then the Panthers got whooped.
Yeah,
By the
well, maybe
Broncos.
Cam would have just jumped on that fumble and got the ball back.
Yeah, dude. That would have changed the whole momentum of that game.
I can't believe what he said. Oh, I thought I'd have a better position just being back here, and I think I had a better chance of getting the ball. The ball rolled the opposite way, bro.
What you doing?
Like, as the quarterback, it doesn't really matter. You know, even if you are the star of the team, you need to dive on that ball. That's what this star would do. Peyton Manning would have dove on that ball if he had to.
That's what happened with Drew Brees when he hurt his arm with the Chargers. Went diving for that ball, and then a year later,
Two different sized people.
a year later, Philip Rivers, took over after that.
Mhm.
Took over the
The
team,
infamous quarterback
and then
swap.
Drew Brees found the Saints, and look where he's at now.
5,000 yards like every year. He's the
He
underrated
had the
GOAT.
championship.
Underrated GOAT, man. The best yard passing quarterback I have seen ever.
Yeah, 5,000 consistently.
Consistent.
Year after year
with,
after
like,
year.
who does he have? I mean,
He
last
makes
year he had
people.
good people, but he had Marcus Colston, who was not the greatest.
Right.
Like,
Jimmy.
he did have Jimmy
Yeah,
Graham.
Jimmy down for a
Yeah,
lot of those.
Jimmy.
Jimmy
But
was
whatever.
nasty,
I mean,
man.
Jimmy did get hurt when he went to the Hawks, but who I think will have a revival in his career this
Another
year.
revival, man. He'll be
Doug
fine.
Baldwin,
He actually played
too.
well last year.
Doug Baldwin will go off.
Doug Baldwin's underrated.
He
Now
is.
I'm getting ready to where he's at. Second round pick. Yeah.
I'd say third.
I would say back in the second if I had to do it, but he's
Yeah.
going early in the second. So.
Depending on who you've drafted at wide receiver and who's there, because you never know. Oh, excuse me. You never know who's gonna pick who. So, but you always got to do your homework and make sure you have a lineup set in your head that you would want or a similar one. Always have a backup plan. Always
Absolutely.
have a backup.
Don't
plan.
be afraid of handcuff receivers. Sometimes the opportunity is there for handcuff
Oh, yeah.
receiver. You know, people don't realize that. So
And realize your draft position, especially if you're doing a snake order. Like if you're the first pick, like get the best player available, obviously. But when it comes to your next pick, don't sit there and be like, "I want to get the same position," unless like it's another great player at that
you
position.
need your value out of those picks.
Yeah, get the best player that is there, because you have two back-to-back picks at that point. So, like, I mean, you could get the 2 best players. Like, it could be another running back and then a receiver. Don't overthink it, though.
There's an actual app that we actually use, and it actually comes in very, very handy.
It is the Fantasy Pros Draft Simulator. They have an excellent draft simulator app that you can go, you can run multiple mock drafts without having to sit there for decades with Yahoo or ESPN, and it gives you real life positioning based on all the consensus rankings from all the analysts from Yahoo, the ESPN, the Fantasy Pros, and the Fantasy Footballers. It compiles all that information into one, and then from there you make your picks on their common ADP.
So I have what it's called is I think what we did was it's Fantasy Spin. I have it as a Fantasy Spin, but it looks like Draft Wizard is the one that we use.
Draft Wizard is what we use. Yep, that's produced by Fantasy Pros.
Definitely download that. Get your practice in. Get it in. Make a decision, like we've said. Don't go quarterback early, or don't even do defense. Don't even do that super early. You don't have to worry about that until the very end. Or a kicker. Please do not draft a kicker.
Right.
And
soon we'll have our rankings. We'll get our rankings up and everything like that. And we'll put ours on the fantasypros.com. We'll get our picks for who's going to be stud, dud, and we'll get up there. So
good.
You'll see that coming up soon. We'll post that
in the next few days
with links and everything below the video content. So.
Yes, sir.
Man. Freestyle Fridays.
Freestyle Friday, baby.
It's great.
I think we've gotten about everything that we have for the day.
For the news, notes, and the random banter in between. So
coming Sunday, today's Friday, so in 2 days we are going to venture into another podcast/video.
Thank you for dealing with the sporadicness, everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
We love it, but we know you'll love what we have to say, especially once the season comes around and our advice starts to turn into reality and not just 3 random guys talking about fantasy.
Although we are extremely average. So
very average. But we are eventually also going to be able to do is we're going to end up picking teams throughout the week when the season starts. Mm-hmm. We're going to pick our teams on who's going to win, and we're going to kind of do
fantasy breakdowns.
And stuff like that, and we're going to see who has the better record throughout the season, kind of like what Fox does.
Pick them.
Yep. Exactly.
Picking every game, baby. Yep. Every game. We're not just going to pick a few games, though. I mean, it's not set in stone, but I believe we should do every game that's happening in the week.
Set up.
Well, that's what we're talking about. That's the pigskin pick.
We're gonna do like the big upset games.
Okay,
we'll pick those.
Yep.
We're gonna pick.
Then you have to have we'll have our locks of the week. So who's the guaranteed win?
Guaranteed
We'll put our bets on it. So
the Patriots versus the Browns. Everyone knows who's gonna win that one.
The Browns.
I was literally about to say that, baby. Let's go. Great minds think alike. Just kidding. New England. Even though I hate them.
No, who really wins that one? The fans.
That and everyone that has Tom Brady and Gronk on their lineup in that game. Unless Myles Garrett just eats them up. Ugh.
Kessler's
and they got Collins.
Kessler's going to dominate them.
Oh, he looked good the other day.
Kessler's going to dominate them. Don't it. Him and Corey Coleman are going to dominate. So don't watch out.
Corey Coleman is going to. Oh, man. I thought he was going to go off last year, but we'll see.
We're definitely going to do that. I can't wait.
Amazing.
Can't wait.
No, so we have a lot more stuff coming. We're trying to come up with new content, trying to deliver content from, other content that people have used and put a new spin on it. So take the wheel.
DJ.
It, so.
And our social media will be coming up
here shortly. Yeah. We'll have Twitter, we'll have Instagram for some back behind the scenes photos, things like that. So we'll have that for your Facebook page, everything like that. So we'll bring that to you guys.
Yeah, baby.
Can't wait, man.
Can't wait.
Thank you guys for joining us for another exciting Average Joe's Fantasy Sports Podcast.
You have a beautiful day, night, and afternoon.
Adios.